Yo, what's up, everybody? Flagrant here. Waiting on my debate or discussion counterpart to. Oh God, God, oh God. Okay, gotta love that. But yeah. So Farron and Chris have been getting these trolls, and they've been getting Farron shit, and they're talking about all this fair use and stuff, and I think they're idiots and they're wrong, but. This guy says he's going to talk to me about fair use and why he thinks it's right, and we'll discuss it and see if there's one of us learned something from the other. But guys, remember, if you watched last night, Ohio is in a super shitty situation, and the residents there are getting no help. We talked with Kat Smith last night, and she told us her story and some of the stuff that's really going on there, and it's pretty fucking disastrous. So you can help these guys out. You can get a shirt on flagranttriggers.com. You can get the Go Fuck Yourself Ohio shirt, because this is how these people feel about the government there. And this is pretty much what Pete Buttigieg did whenever he went down. He checked out the train cars because he loves trains, and that was about it. He just kind of shit on them after that and dipped out. And then we've got Cat's GoFundMe, um, because they're trying to get the hell out of there now, because let's face it, that place is wrecked, and it probably will be wrecked for several years to come. So yeah, if you got if you can, and if you want, if you want to donate in some other way, like the big thing is just share the story. Let's try to keep this in the mainstream and help these people out. And I'll link everything in just a minute. For now, we're just waiting on Sparky's Tech Corner. You know what? While we're waiting on him, let's get his thoughts on the what he thinks, or why he thinks that the fair use from Divinity's channel is G2G, or good to go. I can just do this. Yeah. Let's look at this. And I'm going to speed it up a little bit. Da, 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 da. All right. So let's see what this guy's got to say.
Hello and welcome back to Sparky's Tech Corner. Today, yeah, we got more DMCA views.
Here, can you hear that?
And I do believe it's going to be DMCA views. I'm going to be doing a fair use analysis video of the video in question that got taken down. Chrissy Myers is one who did the claim on it. It was either Chrissy Myers or somebody from a quote-unquote management team. I don't know. I don't care who. All I know is it came from the channel of Chrissy Myers. At this point, it's irrelevant of who actually filed it. Now, that being said, I shouldn't have to do this, but if I'm potentially dealing with DMCA abuser, I've got to put this disclaimer out there. And if you'll look right behind me, actually, I'll just go ahead and duck out of here real quick. This video is going to be considered fair use on mine. I'm going to be using clips from two different live streams. One from last night that I tried to ask her questions, and to me, she just is.
Yeah, so he puts up the fair use notice and disclaimer and all this stuff. Let's get. Talks about the email that Divinity got, where they said, hey, it's copyrighted material, doesn't fall under fair use. And it doesn't fall under fair use, in my opinion, because Yeah, yeah, he is. So he actually does his little analysis video of.
So go read up on those court cases, and you'll see exactly what I mean on that.
Of Divinity
we got
video.
4 minutes 54 seconds. We'll just go ahead and call this 5 minutes. We see the post-production tiling, final goal fight, and to keep the streamlined, I'm not going to detail the edits. I'm just gonna simply edit 1, edit 2, edit 3. It could be a title, it could be an overlay, it could be a cut, it could be a jump. I'm going to label those edits that way.
Okay, so right now what he considers something that would fall into fair use territory is if you do a jump cut, edit a cut, or add any kind of graphics in. Let's just see what he
because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, because the simplest edit that can be done is to take 2 different portions of that video, put it together, and let the video play out from there to explain your points with different tiling. That's all that Sargon had to do on his video with Keeler. So that's why I'm keeping it down to this format. You don't have to get nitty gritty. It's not that hard. The only reason why you would come to, okay, asking questions for Brittany Brandy. You got edit 2. We got showcasing something that Brittany got violated.
She's got these so she's got a bumper at the front, a zoom in on one of Brittany's tweets or where she got banned.
For something like that. This seems to be a Twitter clip. Continuing on, and I'm gonna mute this. Edit 3.
And edit 3 is another bumper
so talking about
some stuff breakdown.
Opening. So on the first bid opening, we got 3 things. So we got 3 things.
And then like from here, he just goes through the video. Like he actually added that in so he could qualify it as transformative. But he just goes through the video, and it's basically just Chrissy's interview with Eliza and Brittany on the video she did with them, and aside from throwing in a couple of graphics, like honestly, the sad part is this is one of her more edited and transformative videos, because she did more work on this one than her highest viewed one. Her highest viewed one is literally just her taking a copy pasta clipping from Legal Bytes. And yeah. So this is the person I'll be talking with. And I'm still waiting on him to get back. He was gonna go grab some smokes and he was gonna roll. Let's get to the part where so he super chatted. He super chatted Chrissy in her chat the other night. This is what
people were trolling our chat while Farron was on the podcast. Yeah, hopefully you're not, doing chargebacks on all these super chats like that other chick. Flagrant Triggers. These people were trolling our chat while Farron was on the podcast last week. What's funny is that Divinity straight up copy pastes from channels. That's exactly what we're talking about. You can't just copy and paste from other channels. You're literally stealing content.
The problem is she's not. We just went through the video. It's pretty transformative. It has more transformations in it than the video Sargon of Card did of Killer Hughes. And that's the case that I'm going off of and stuff like that. Now, Flagrant Trigger, I've already talked to him. I'm supposed to be talking to him and, all this other good stuff. I don't know when we're going to set that up, but I ain't going to be talking to him. However, that's the problem. I've never been in Chrissy's chat before. I've never super chatted Chrissy before. This is the first time I actually sit there and watch one of her live streams. So how can you say I'm the one that trolled chat? I don't care. My issue.
I don't know. I kind of part of me wants to feel bad for him because I don't think he understands that he's just being used. But that's part. I don't know. Maybe I can help him out with seeing like where we're coming from with this whole coffee pasta stuff, because I'm doing some jump cuts and a couple of edits, but the bulk of your video is someone else's content, and it's not changed in any way, and you're not adding commentary or anything like that. Yeah, there's several factors it's got to fall under for you to have a successful claim to fair use. Okay, I think he's ready. So let's see. No, Chrissy's not against clip channels. She's against clip channels when there's a reason channels have their own clip channels, and it's because the monetary value from those clips, it still goes to them. Like because Chrissy has her own person who does clips and segments for her, and whenever other people are just clipping her content, that's pulling away the possibility at her monetary opportunity for the content that she made. Like there's a reason reaction channels, because everyone's like, well, what about reaction channels? Well, reaction channels, they're successful because they're highly transformative, and like they do their own commentary, their own analysis and stuff like that. But let's get him in here. Mr. Sparky, how's it going, man?
It's going good, Flagrant. What is up?
Not much, man.
Yeah, I'm streaming on my channel right now too, just so you know.
No, that's fine, dude. Yeah, it's
okay.
It's not a problem at all.
All right.
So what? Let's see. I think the general feeling is you have a problem with the claim that was made against Divinity for Chrissy's content.
I do. I have an opinion about it. I do feel like it falls fair use.
So, in your opinion, what falls into fair use category?
Well, all right. So, have you seen the clip in question?
Yeah.
All right. It's being highly critical of Britney, isn't
it? Not in what way? Because all I saw were some graphics, and it was mostly just Chrissy's live stream.
Yeah, different portions of Chrissy's live stream spliced together, not just one continuous timeline segment. There's about 12 minutes in that video.
Okay. Do you know the factors that go into fair use?
Yes, I do. Do you?
Yep, I sure do. There's 4 of them. And you know that not just any one factor can negate the other factors, right? They're all considered together.
It's actually if I remember right, it's not that they're all considered together. It's got to be a majority of them.
Well, they're all weighed when it comes into the decision on whether it's fair use or not.
They're all weighed, and the decision sways in the favor of the majority of all of them. Not all 4 points have to be hit.
And so what I'm talking about when it comes to this is the portion that covers the proportionality.
Okay, you do know that there is no formula for proportionality. It can be 1 to 100% as long as the material needed is for the transformative work.
It actually says that if a bulk of the material is the original creators, then that typically weighs against a fair use claim.
Typically. Are you familiar with the Sargon of Akkad versus Killer Hughes case?
I have not watched that video.
Okay. So I'll boil this down and distill it to a singular point. Akila Hughes made a 10-minute video of we thought she would win. I believe that's what the name of the video was. And it's basically the night of the election between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. Sargon Card took that video, split it up into about either 2 or 3 segments, made a 3-minute video of nothing but her own video in it, putting together a message pointing her out to be a hypocrite. The commentary was in the title of it, SJW Levels of Awareness. There was no him talking over it. There was no overlays. There was no graphs. It was all purely 100% Akila's video. That was deemed fair use because it was being highly critical of Akila.
But so I maybe we should just watch the video in question, because I highly doubt that Sargon just took 3 clips of an entire section of a podcast. Like, if it was being critical, he probably structured it in a way to where
it wasn't a podcast. It was a productive walk, and it was. That's the reason why Akila went to go sue him, because she thought she had a claim, because there was nothing else put into it. I'm going to tell you right now, you probably want to go through and read that case first before you continue on with this conversation.
Well, no, that's fine. Well, let's check out Viva Fry's video. We can do that.
Oh, we can watch all of Sargon's the video's still up for SJW Levels of Awareness. We can go and watch it.
What's it called?
SJW Levels of Awareness. Yeah, it's on Sargon of Akkad's main channel.
Let's see.
And if you want to go by proportionality, 3 minutes out of a 10-minute video were considered about maybe 30% of that video used.
That proportion, just because she used a small portion of Chrissy's video, that's not the proportionality that matters. You can use 1 minute out of that video. The proportionality refers to how much of Divinity's video was someone else's content. The proportionality that was used out of Chrissy's video doesn't matter. The video that she made with Chrissy's content, the proportion of that is what matters in her original work.
Yeah. Hang on.
All right. So here's
SJ. All right, time out. I gotta address something in my chat. Guys, the bot is really, really autistic in my chat. So yeah, try not to caps lock. I'm gonna try to get as many people as a moderator as I could. I have not changed the settings yet. All right. So continue on. I'm sorry.
Okay, so here's the video.
Hi, YouTube. It's Akila, obviously, and we are at the Javits Center in Midtown Manhattan. It's where Hillary Clinton is having her speech party, whatever. There's a block party outside. We're here with press, although it was very difficult to get these. It's its own story, but we will show you what we can of the evening. I'm just personally really excited because to be a woman in the year 2016 after having a black president for 8 years, and now we have Hillary who could potentially be our next president, and here's hoping. It started out as a very exciting evening and full of hope that we would be in a historic moment.
Hey, okay, I can already see one glaring difference, and it's that Sargon used different clips from different videos. It wasn't just
it was all the same video.
So you're saying
personally
what is being shown, it's all Akila's video.
It's all of Akila's video, all coming from one video. We all thought she would win.
Really excited because...
So you're saying in her video that she made, the sequence of events that we're watching right now is exactly how it happened on her video.
The sequence of events are mixed up, put into a fashion to point out glowing differences and make her look out to be basically a SJW. That was the point of Sargon's video.
Okay,
the commentary is in the title, which is actually labeled out in the court case.
But what I'm saying is, Sargon still went and took different portions of, and you're saying all this is from one video that she did.
Yep. You can fact check me on that if you want.
Okay, but it's not in the sequence that we're watching.
It doesn't matter.
If he's creating a narrative, it does.
Yeah. Divinity was too, by clipping out different portions and putting them together of different sequences of events to be highly critical of Britney.
To be like a woman in the year 2016 after having like a black president for 8 years, and now we have Hillary, who could potentially be our next president, you know, and here's hoping. It started out as a very exciting evening and like full of hope that we would be like in a historic moment under a glass ceiling, like getting to be in the room where it's happening with Hillary. And honestly, it started like this high and then just like crept down until forever. There are plenty of people whose best interest is to keep everybody divided and to keep them hating people who don't look like them and to give them a scapegoat. You have to question people about the things that they say. You have to correct people when they're sharing false information on Facebook. Like, you have to stand up to your family members who are being racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic. Like, we can't live in a society where there are two Americas and there's one where there are people who are educated who are afraid to talk to their bigoted relatives, because Black women got information. We voted for Hillary. So like the onus is on everybody now to like actually step up. Like, I don't want to hear, I'm scared to talk to my family because they're my family. Like, no, I get that. But you can't wait till people are burning or hanging from trees or being killed to say something. And so, you know, 2016 is the doo-dooest year in the history of my entire life. You know, I think what's helpful for me is I live in New York. I'm surrounded by like-minded people.
Okay, so yes, the title and the way she's doing that, it is creating a narrative that's showing that she is acting exactly like an SJW.
Yes.
Yes, and it was taken of different portions of a video and put together to show how she's acting like an SJW.
Yes.
Okay.
Of the same video. Nothing else in it. The critique is in the title. Now, what I came from into my analysis, and like I said, my analysis, my opinion, I know nobody's got to agree with me on this one. Divinity showcases a couple clips, well, not clips, but screenshots of different things. Basically, using Britney's own words that she has said on different platforms, whether it be on Twitter or a blog post or anything else like that. Also using some facts that she found online to overlay it onto the video. Captioning the different parts of actual Chrissy's video of Britney being, you know, saying one thing in one part of the video and another thing in the part of the video, and basically proving her out to be a hypocrite. That's exactly what it was, because we look at the title is being very critical of Britney. The posts and the screenshots are being very highly critical of Britney. The clips that were being shown is Britney saying one thing and another thing. So,
okay, did she pull that from Britney's channel or someone else's? It
doesn't matter. It's being highly critical of someone else. It's a critique piece. It doesn't matter if it came from Chrissy's channel, Britney's video channel, or Eliza's channel. It has no bearing in that situation.
Okay, and what are the legal differences between fair use between the United States and the United Kingdom?
This case was filed in the United States. Sargon had to go from the UK to the US.
Okay.
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now, you need to do a lot more research into this. I'm trying to be fair to you. I'm really trying to be fair to you on this one.
Well, so I still think Divinity is a copy pasta monster.
Or that's fine. I'm like I stated.
And
if there's any other videos that get DMCA struck and want to go through and actually look at it, that's fine.
Has she appealed this DMCA claim?
Actually, she has. So the next step is,
and what did YouTube say?
This is out of YouTube's hands. The next step, Chrissy has to take her to court. If Chrissy doesn't take her to court, the appeal gets overturned.
But who struck the video?
Chrissy did.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, who's responsible for removing the video?
YouTube has to remove the video to be within safe harbor provisions. It's actually in the law. They do it so because whenever a DMCA claim is made on YouTube, and this is one of the reasons why I'm such a person that calls it out, because the system's highly abused. Anyone can DMCA strike a video. I can just DMCA strike one of my own videos and claim to be someone else. The system's highly broken. So
yeah, and I've heard there's abuse that goes on that's ridiculous for sure.
Yes, and there is. And at the end of the day, YouTube has to take the video down. It doesn't matter if it's correct or not. YouTube is not the arbiters of, okay, this is fair use or not. Basically, when you file DMCA, you are starting a legal process. And even states it within the DMCA filing paperwork. You know, you swear underneath penalty of perjury, you went through and you checked all this, and it's within fair use. You're positive that this is salient content from you. There's a lot of check boxes and stuff you got to go through. There's also check boxes to go, if this is false or you don't feel like you went through the entire matters, you take the chance of getting the entire channel removed for filing a false strike, especially if you not take fair use into account. So at the end of the day, it is a legal process that's being started when you file a DMCA claim. So Chrissy started this process, or Frank, whoever is managing Chrissy's channel. Chrissy doesn't seem to know anything about it. Frank on Twitter seems to know about it. I want to say it was a manager, not Chrissy. End of the day, I'm looking at it like this. It was Chrissy Myers' channel that did it. So I'm looking at Chrissy at this one. Whether she has a management team or not, I'm looking at Chrissy on this one. She started a legal process. So now she's got to foresee it through. Whenever you file a DMCA, you better be ready to go to court over it.
Okay, well, I'm not worried about the legal process of it.
That's what this is. That's what this is.
Yeah. My problem is you can see where a bulk of that video was just straight video from Chrissy's channel.
Cool. She can argue it out in court.
Okay, well, if that's where it goes, that's where it goes. But so why aren't you as critical of Divinity? Because her highest viewed video is literally just a clip. There's no bumpers, no text, no emojis. There's nothing. It's literally a clip from Legal Bites. Okay, so
that's your argument in this?
Why do you think that's okay? Like what I'm saying is, if you're being critical of someone for making a claim against someone who's using a bulk of their created content in their video, why aren't you critical for someone who's literally doing copy pastes from other channels for views?
Well, that's fine. If that's the case, there's about 300-400 different channels I need to go at. I don't have the time of the day to go after every single breaking channel that actually clips.
Yeah, but you're intimately tied to Divinity.
I'm calling out false DMCA strikes. That's all I'm doing. I don't care about the drama with Divinity. Yes, I know of Divinity. I only know of her from about 3 weeks ago. That's it. She was in my chat. Now, I met up with her and a couple of people about 6 months ago, but I didn't do anything with them. And I had watched them and I didn't do anything. She came into my chat, started watching my content about 3 to 4 weeks ago. She came in the chat again, and I went to go check her out, and then I seen a video of her being DMCA struck. Now, when it comes to DMCA strikes, let me finish. When it comes to people filing false DMCA strikes, it strikes me the wrong way. Because do you know anything about me?
No, I don't. And I'm not here to discuss that. What I'm wondering is, do you not see the hypocrisy in going to bat for someone complaining about a DMCA strike when they are blatantly skipping fair use to get views?
Okay. 1, that doesn't make any sense. 2,
how does it not make sense?
I'll get there. Let me finish. I'm trying to explain to you what my stance is. Okay. I've had my entire channel removed from false DMCA strikes. This channel, the one I'm on right now, the one I'm streaming to, had been removed October 2001 from 3 false DMCA strikes. This is why I'm have such an issue with people abusing the system. Now, why doesn't it make sense? Okay, one, fair use is fair use. If somebody doesn't feel like it's fair use, that's fine. Take them to court. Here's what happens damn near 95% of the time. A DMCA strike is filed, it's countered, it's never taken to court. Nothing's ever done to the person who filed a strike. Now, if a person who gets struck 3 times gets a channel removed, what happens to a person who files multiple DMCA strikes but doesn't go through and follow them throughout the end? Nothing. Nothing happens to them. They can continue to file strike after strike after strike after strike and not fulfill the legal process. So, here's what I would state. This is not being hypocritical. If Divinity took the video down and goes, okay, my bad, and doesn't think it's fair use, okay then. I'll say it this much, I was wrong. However, if Divinity files a counter and Chrissy doesn't want to go through and continue it, Chrissy's basically conceding the point that the video is fair use because she's not competent enough to fight it in court. So that is my whole basis, the whole thing. She started a legal process. Divinity did it.
That's not the hypocrisy I'm talking about. What I'm saying is, so you're going, I get why you think or you have such a strong stance against anyone who might abuse the DMCA system.
My stance is the same as Middle House. You file DMCA and you're not willing to go to court, you need your channel removed.
Okay, like I said, I understand why you have the feelings the way you do. It affected you personally. What I'm saying I see as hypocritical is you have a strong opinion about the false DMCA claim, but you won't look on the other side of the coin and say, well, maybe Divinity is using stuff that is not fair use because she's not adding any transformative value and she's taking monetary opportunities away from other creators.
Okay, here's the thing on the end of the day. I don't care when it comes to that. I can make an argument for just a single portion clip in court. It'd be a sucky argument. I can make that argument. If somebody wants to make that argument in court, cool. We'll see what happens. We need more case precedents on fair use and DMCA.
That doesn't reinforce your argument. That actually makes you look hypocritical, though.
Why? I'm willing to go to court to prove it. Is anyone else?
Okay, but you're not willing to call out people who are blatantly abusing other people's content.
Like I said, I can make an argument for just a single portion clip for fair use. I'm willing to go to court and argue it as anyone else.
But I'm curious why you would tie yourself. Have you looked at her videos?
I don't care about her videos. I've went against people like Alex Mara versus Imago Softworks. I covered that one. Acerthorn versus Sid Alpha and about 7 other YouTubers. I went after Quantum TV versus the Atman. There's several instances I went after people where they've either filed a false DMCA or did not take fair use to account in a video. At the end of the day, I'm for fair use. I'm for strengthening fair use, not weakening it. And people, and yes, I do have a strong stance about it. I feel like if you do rip down entire content and put it up without any kind of transformations, in its entirety, yes, that's you're basically stealing content. However, if I want to go through and if I want to go through and hit Divinity up, okay, well, she's not, she's not for, she's stealing what? I had to hit Eliza clips. I have to hit Lawtoo clips. There's several other channels I had to hit. That's an all-day process. Now, at the end of the day, it looks at like this. You don't have to have somebody's permission to clip out the channel and put it up. You don't have to have the permission to do any kind of mashup or fair use content from someone else's. So I'm going
right, but you take a risk in doing that if you don't have permissions from the people. Yeah, which is why DMCA claims are filed.
well, a majority of the claims are filed because they think it's an easy way to take videos down. Even if they think that their copyright's valid, they don't see them through the court. They don't go through the next step of the process.
So you're saying you think YouTube will remove videos that people make DMCA claims against willy-nilly? They won't even look at it, or
they did to
review
me.
It. So
it took me 3 months to get my channel back from a company called Camisos GmbH, which is a quote-unquote copyright company in Germany. I'm a reactionary channel on one of my other channels. I do review, commentary, and reactions on anime. YouTube took no account into what I done. While I was, told them it was a DMCA was filed, then I had to take up the company. I had a couple interactions with the company, and then they blocked me. And then they proceeded to file another strike, and then another strike, and my channel got removed. It took another month to 2 months of me actually emailing and going up to channel YouTube to gain my channel back. So yes, they do that.
But you got your channel back from YouTube because of their review process.
I got my channel back from YouTube because Camisos never took it to court.
So it is your belief that if anyone files a DMCA, YouTube won't review it. They'll just assume it's correct.
They have to. They have to do that to be within the safe harbor provisions. Again, you need to go read up on the TOS a little bit and the law.
So if you saw someone using your content and they did very little in changing anything, and it was mostly just a clip from your content, and it pulled away from your views and you missed a monetary opportunity, you'd be okay with that?
There's about several channels already do that.
So you are okay with it?
Yeah. There's actually a couple channels that have full uploads of videos that I completely deleted and took down. That's not even up on my channel no more. They do it to either make fun, or for the fact that maybe I had a bad take and then later I corrected it and then made a retraction.
Well, I'm not even saying that they put in their own commentary where it's a bad take by you, or
it's the entire video.
They analyze it or anything like that.
It's the entire video with no changes.
Yeah. So, but you're okay with that. It doesn't bother you that someone's using your content and possibly pulling away from your views.
I tell anyone that if you want to clip me, if you want to take any of mine, if you want to react to anything of mine, you go right ahead and do it.
Okay, but you understand that some people aren't okay with that.
Cool. They better be able to go to court for it. That's my standard. You want to file DMCA, fine. Save it to the end. That's my issue. That's my problem. You want to file DMCA, if you want to say, okay, I'm not okay with this person doing my stuff, and you want to talk to them, if you can talk to them, they want to take it down, and they take it down, cool. Okay. No issue. That's what YouTube, that's what the DMCA system is also for too. Well, it takes YouTube out of equation and puts it up against the person filing the strike and the person receiving the strike. And usually YouTube wants the two of them to work it out. If they can't work it out, YouTube's not arbiter in that. The court is.
So what does your opinion on fair use matter then, if your standard is if you'll go to court, then fine?
Well, for the end of the day, fair use is a legal defense.
Right, but what you're saying is
it's not standard.
But what it seems like you're saying is that it doesn't matter what other people think of the fair use policy and how they interpret it. It's only if that person wants to go to court or not, and then what the court decides is what matters.
That's exactly it. Look, fair use, when they say you got to take fair use to account, and this is where it needs to be a little bit more defined, because fair use is not it's not a standard like, okay, you can't murder anyone because, well, it's against the law. It's not anything like that. Fair use is a legal defense. It's not anything you can point to as like, well, I can do this because A, B, and C. These are defenses to defend it. So in essence, fair use is like self-defense laws. There are self-defense laws, but they are defenses. They're not actual laws. There are exceptions to law. That's what fair use is. The exception to what copyright is. They must be fought in court.
So you don't see a difference between reaction channels who do deep analysis and commentary on videos compared to someone who just posts clips from other people's content?
If you want to clip someone's content and put it up, I'm fine with that. If someone wants to file a copyright strike against you, that's fine too.
That's not what I asked though. Like, do you see a difference between reaction channels who do deep analysis on videos or commentary to someone who just clips stuff out and posts it on their channel from other creators?
There is no real difference. So, all right, let me put.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't seem like how people interpret fair use matters to you, and even if it does seem to be blatantly against fair use, oh well.
Time out. You're missing the point I'm trying to make here. So the point I'm trying to make is, I know for a fact Divinity counter-striked that video because she believes it's a fair use. I believe it's a fair use. Now, here's the belief in this. Strong enough to go to court over it. This is the whole crux of the whole argument, and this is why I don't think you're understanding. So, I can use hypotheticals to explain this point. So, if there's a clip channel out there that did the exact same thing Divinity did, and they got hit with DMCA and say, oh, well, maybe I don't think it's fair use. I'm going to go and I'll message the person and see if I can get them to remove the strike. They want to remove the strike. I'll take it down. They remove the strike, take it down. Cool, whatever. That's between the two of them.
And that's what happened with the video in question.
Except for Divinity filed a counter strike. So I want to get to that point. If somebody wants to file DMCA and then somebody wants to file a counter, that means they're willing to go to court over it. And that's the thing. It's a legal dance. It's a legal. As soon as you file a DMCA, it's out of YouTube's hands. It becomes a legal matter. And then you just got to do the dance on the dance floor to get to the point of going to court. So, and that's what that is. Finally, the DMCA is saying, hey, if you don't take this down, I'm going to take you to court. A DMCA is not, I'm going to file this takedown and because I'm right, and YouTube's got to take it down because I'm right. That's not how DMCA works. DMCA is, I filed the DMCA. I'm willing to take you to court because I think you are stealing my content. A counter-strike is, no, I feel like that my content that I'm being used is fair use. Sue me. Then the next step of that is the person who filed the DMCA sues them. And in order for the strike to remain up on the channel, that person must, one, file a walk with the Copyright Office, two, go through and get suit papers and serve the person in question, and then provide that documentation to YouTube, and then YouTube will keep the strike up while the court case is being fought out. And then the legal determination is what decides if that video is going to stay up or down. That's what that is. My issue with the whole thing is nobody seems to want to go through the process. They want to go through, hit the DMCA. Oh, look, the YouTube took it down. I'm in the right. That's not how that works.
No, I never said that at any point. My argument is you don't think the guidelines for fair use really matter.
I think they matter if you want to go to court and argue it out. What I'm saying is Divinity is willing to do that. Is Chrissy?
I don't know.
Okay, then. If the video remains out, if Chrissy doesn't file suit against Divinity, I guess she doesn't. If she does and goes to court, I guess she does. And I guess we'll see what happens and when it plays out in the legal system.
So really, you're just saying that
I've already said that this is my opinion.
Put up or shut up, whereas other people are saying, hey, she's using a lot of people's content in a bulk of her videos, which is clearly a violation of section, I think 3, it's either 2 or 3. And there's not that much transformative value. And it's also pulling away from people's monetary opportunities, which is clause 4. But what, like, you're saying that you don't care about that. It's just, are you going to take it to court or not?
Yeah, that's what DMCA is. This again, this is my inherent issue. It's like there's plenty of people out there. There's probably thousands of people that just rip down straight content and put it back up. There's probably hundreds of thousands actually. I'm not saying that it's not a problem. I'm saying that's not my area of concern. When it comes to monetary data, I'm not even arguing monetary. I can care less about monetary. That's not my argument here. My argument here is the DMCA system is abused. The DMCA system is very corrupt. You get free DMCA strikes, no ifs, ands, or buts. Doesn't matter if you're in the right or not. You get your channel terminated. So
okay, but you're assuming everyone does it for malicious intent.
I haven't seen anyone do anyone.
That doesn't, your anecdotal proof doesn't mean it's empirical evidence.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the same standard of, oh, these super chats ain't listed on this deal, so Divinity must have done a chargeback. So that's the same argument, same standard.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know anything about the chargeback. I mean, but
I'm using everyone else's standard here on that one. It's, oh, well, since the super chat's not listed on this deal, she must have done a chargeback. Lack of evidence is not evidence. I'll agree with that one.
Like, I don't know about the chargeback. I don't think Chrissy would lie about something like that.
I don't know either. I don't know why Chrissy assumed I would do a chargeback.
Well, it's because you're
aligned by association, right? Guilt by association, correct? Gotcha.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
All right. No, I get exactly how this goes. Look, I've already made this perfectly clear to Divinity. And I already made it clear to anyone else. If Divinity's video had been just a straight clip, I wouldn't have made the video that I made the other day. It would have been like, look, either you counter it, you take the chance of going to court and lose, or you take it down, but it's a straight clip. Well, it's not a straight clip. Show me the clip. I've seen the clip. I think it's fair use.
So if Legal Bytes filed a DMCA against her, you'd be fine with it?
If Legal Bytes filed a DMCA and is willing to go to court, I'm fine with it.
No, it's not. No. That's not what I asked. I said if Legal Bytes filed a DMCA against her for her highest viewed video, which is a straight clip, you would come nowhere near close to making a video on it because you would agree with it.
I wouldn't make a video. I would have to look at the clip too to make sure. I'm going to go with your word on that it's just a straight clip. I'm going to go with your word on that one.
It's in the video that from the other night.
All right. Well, like I said, I'm going to assume right now that you're telling me the truth. I'm one of those people who go by evidence, not just people's words. But let's assume that Divinity's highest video, the Legal Bytes video, is just a clip. And if Legal Bytes wanted to file a DMCA on it, I can make an argument for Legal Bytes. I can make an argument for Divinity. It's so great. It's one of those, yeah, you guys can settle this out in court, or you can settle it out outside court. You can talk and go, okay, Divinity might go, I can see where you're coming from. I'll take it down because maybe it's not very transformative. Maybe it's just a club. Maybe the two of them could talk it out.
But that's different from the answer you just gave, where you said earlier that if someone just straight clipped a video, then you wouldn't have even, if it had been a straight clip of the video, you wouldn't have even made the video.
All right, time out. I have a belief and an argument. I can make the argument. It's a bad argument. It's an argument that it's kind of an argument fighting uphill. I can make the argument for it. I'm not willing to stand behind it, though. There's a difference. I can look at things in multiple different ways and come to multiple conclusions on stuff. And I try to be very fair on stuff. So, like with this whole deal with Chrissy Myers and Divinity, I do feel like that's fair use. I tried to separate out the whole thing that happened between Divinity and Farron beforehand. I want to keep those two separate. I don't think they have anything to do with one.
But you see why people would disagree with your opinion on it being fair use.
Well, that's fine. They can disagree with me all they want. You're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to call me wrong. I'm not saying that I'm absolutely right. You're fine and dandy to have your opinion that you don't think it's fair use. That's fine. But I'm going to come to the fact and conclusion to match my arguments up with what I'm saying and not point to, well, why about this video or why about that video or why about this video? This is why I said I want to keep this to the video in question. No, well,
a major proportion, the proportionality, like 95% of her video is just from Chrissy's content.
Yeah, and like I said,
and it also
Sargon of Akkad's video is 100% of Akila's content.
That also creates a narrative, whereas Chrissy's video is just them talking.
No, I got the video. It's actually up on my channel. You want to go through and watch it with me?
Not really. You don't
want to go through step by step on Divinity's video and point out all 12 edits that's within that video to make a narrative against Brittany. You don't want to do that?
To me, jump cuts doesn't qualify as major transformative.
Well, you know what? That's all that Sargon of Akkad's video was jump cuts.
But he created a definitive narrative.
Yeah, so did Divinity going against Brittany. Again, this is why I said you came in unprepared on this one.
I like, dude. Honestly, I think the thing that really gets me is you're so hardcore about going against this when someone's clearly not going by fair use for a lot of her content, and you just refuse to look at that side of it.
Okay, is Legal Bites willing to file a DMCA on it?
That's not what we're talking about. Opinion here.
Yeah, opinion.
In my opinion, you're white.
This is all right. So this is time out. This is the same argument of, oh my God, why are you doing this? Just throwing the drama part because Divinity's attacking these people and she's causing drama. I don't care about that.
No. My problem is Divinity's getting people to come in and troll Chrissy and Farron all the time, because I'm not one of those people that did. I asked Chrissy a question in DMs. I only asked, I think, 3 or 4 questions, keeping it tied around, hey, why were these DMCA strikes filed? Why is this happening? Why is this happening? I never brought up Divinity's name. Chrissy is the one that brought up Divinity's name. Chrissy is also the one that said she had no idea what was going on. And then later came up, well, there's this chick named Divinity who did this. Now, I tagged her on Twitter a couple of days ago asking her, hey, why did this happen? I never got a response back. Why I went to the super chat because you don't know how many people brigade this shit almost every time they're on stream.
Is she a public figure? Is she online? Does she put herself out there?
That has nothing to do with the fact that you're part of the people who come in and troll this shit. You just don't understand that you're part of the trolls.
So this has to do with DMCA how?
Dude, you're not.
Like I said,
I'm trying to say the reason he doesn't acknowledge this stuff is because people come in and troll all the time about this, and she doesn't know who you are. So yes, why would she not assume you're part of the troll brigade?
Oh, that's fine. She can assume all she wants. She may herself look like an idiot.
Well, no, it makes you look like an idiot because you think she should know you're completely different from the people that troll her all the time.
No, I asked her a legitimate question.
And it always leads to the same thing that she's had to deal with for weeks regarding this specific situation. So, dude, you can't assume that she knows you're trying to be genuine or not genuine. Like, you can't assume that she knows who you are just because you're asking about something she's been trolled about.
I can make the same argument about Eliza Blue. All these people coming at her wanting to do interviews and questions and stuff like that. What's the difference in that? Because you got a number by your name, you matter? That's what it sounds like to me. Well, I mean, everyone's making videos and documentaries about calling Eliza Blue out, right?
Yes.
Okay. What's the difference in me doing this and them doing that? What, they got a big number by the name? That's it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You seem like a troll, but you assume she should know that you're trying to be genuine about a question. When
cool. Why should Eliza Blue think that everyone's being genuine about this, or they're just being a troll? Same argument.
No, it's not.
Actually, it is.
Eliza did something extremely disgusting.
Okay.
Like verifiably disgusting.
Okay.
That has nothing to do with Chrissy filing a claim for someone who's using her content for clicks.
Okay. I think abusing the DMCA system.
And if people's opinions on whether it's fair use or not don't matter, then why are you even trying to ask about it?
I'm bringing awareness to it. She filed a DMCA. It looked like a fair use video. Divinity wants to fight it. She wants to fight it. They want to go to court. Cool. We got to see what Chrissy's going to do.
You just said people's opinions don't matter on it. So why even try to bring it? If it goes to court, bring it where it is to.
Why does Farron's opinion about Eliza Blue matter to anyone? Why does Chrissy's opinions about Eliza Blue matter to anyone? And they have opinions, right? The stances that these people have against people.
You're trying to conflate.
You're saying
someone who has falsified a horrible story and a horrible upbringing, and used people for money and grifted off of people for 4 years now on a cause where people get severely injured, have a lot of bullshit that they have to deal with themselves, with someone filing a DMCA for their content being used by someone else.
Okay,
it's not the same thing, bro.
All right, cool. All right, let's do it and say it like this. Say I was a channel of 500,000. Let's say I was monetized. Let's say I get about, and like I said, I'm just throwing numbers out here right now. Let's say I brought in like $1,500 a month from my channel, and then I got struck falsely by false DMCA. What happened? I just lost my job. I have no way of making money now. The end of the day, I think it goes like this. Whenever
but then you have legal recourse.
How?
You just said yourself, if you take it to court.
Yeah, you know what? I wanted to. The company that struck me, you can't take them to court. They're in Germany. And it's a fake company. That's one of the reasons why I got my channel back. But say I didn't get my channel back. What do I do then?
And was this through a legal process or through YouTube?
I got the channel back through YouTube. I wanted to go through the legal process, but I could never get established because you couldn't send. I was waiting for legal documentation to come in to go to court because that's what you're supposed to do. When you file a DMCA, you're supposed to sue the person if they counter.
So you basically got trolled. That.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it annoyed you, didn't it? It annoyed you and pissed you off, right?
Well, you know what? If you want to come into my chat and troll me, that's fine. I don't care. You want to use.
You mean like your boys are doing now?
It's not my boys. They can do whatever they want. Chrissy can do whatever they want. Again, I came into this to talk about the situation at hand, not be put on the spot of, well, why am I not covering this content? Why am I not covering that content? Because it's not content I cover. Why should I?
Yeah, we're supposed to be discussing the opinions we have on fair use. And I gave you mine, and you say, well, that doesn't matter. It just goes to court. And you don't care whether something is practically verifiable as against fair use.
Yeah, and then you kept, and you kept moving the goalposts. Well, why about divinities at the video?
I didn't move shit.
This? Or why about this? Or why about that? Yeah, you did.
No, I asked why you are going so hard against the DMCA claim for someone who's filed it due to their content being used as the bulk of someone else's content, but you won't ask questions about that person using stuff that's blatantly against fair use. It doesn't match up.
That's fine. If that person wants to file a strike, I'll go look at that video. If the video seems to be within a fair use standard, I'll make a video on it. If it doesn't, okay. Well, I guess Divinity has a choice. Either she can take it down or go to court over it. At the end of the day, here's the thing. We're waiting to see what Chrissy does. Okay? The grenades have been lobbed right now. Okay? Chrissy has filed a DMCA. She has started a legal process. Divinity has counted it. Now it's up to Chrissy to go through and go, okay, I'm going to see this through the courts. And here's the way my standard's got to be. If Divinity takes the video down and doesn't fight anymore, okay. Divinity doesn't think she can win in a fair use battle. I'll make a retraction video. And goes, okay, well, it looks like I was wrong, and I take back what I said. If Chrissy doesn't go through and file a countersuit, I'm going to continue hammering on the fact she filed a false DMCA because she's not willing to go to court. If it goes to court, then I guess it's going to be a waiting process to see how the courts go through and see this. That's my standard in this whole deal. Right now, we're in the rating process of what's going to happen. I did what I did because of what happened at the time. That's all we can do. I know for a fact that Divinity filed a counter. What's Chrissy got to do?
Yeah, and that has nothing to do with why I posted what I did or why you said you wanted to talk. Like I gave you the reasons why.
Yeah, I gave you my reasons,
fair use,
and we don't.
And
yes,
it doesn't seem to matter to you. It's like you seem to just. Well, first you said fair use guidelines don't matter.
Fair use guidelines are a defense in courts. I'm confident that this goes to a court, Divinity will win. This is the reason why I stated with my stance. It looks like it's a fair use transformative video. I'm willing to stand behind that one. Why I made a video I did.
Okay. I just think you're wrong.
That's fine.
And that's what
I'm not gonna say that you're wrong either. You're entitled to your opinion. Now I'll say this much too. That night I was a little drunk. I do tend to say stuff whenever I'm drunk and look it up and stuff like that. However, in the day, it's our opinions because 1, I'm not a lawyer. 2, I'm not a judge. And 3, I'm not the one taking this to court. So all I can do is influence my opinion with what I know. I'm comparing this stuff to actual case law. I don't think you have.
You've compared it to one video.
I compared it to case laws ranging from Sargon of Akkad to Akilah Hughes, H3H3 versus Matt Haas, Imigo Softworks versus Alex Maurer, and 2 other ones.
So why not do a breakdown video where you go over those cases in detail instead of just saying
I have on live stream.
Wrong? So why not?
I've already done this before a long time ago.
So why not do it now with this if you're so confident in it?
Well, because a lot of these people cite those cases, they know. That's actually something I probably am going to do eventually again. Shouldn't have to, but I've already went for done it. If you really want a good legal breakdown, go watch Leonard French's video about the DMCA, how the DMCA is used, the case breakdowns of those. And Civil Law even does a really good study of the Akilah Hughes versus Sargon of Akkad judgment.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think you're white knighting a little bit too hard for someone who's, I mean, in my opinion, she could get her channel easily nuked by any of the creators she's just straight ripping from in most of her videos. But there are so many things that on like her channel doesn't seem to be transformative to anything hardly at all.
That's fine. She got another copyright strike today, I believe, too. So on a, I believe it was a legal, no, not, it was on a Good Logic video that I believe Fan filed. So
now, I don't know about that, but to me, the guidelines are there for a reason, and you should try to stick with them. At least act in good faith on them, and it doesn't seem like she is.
Yes, the guidelines are there for a reason. You want to follow DMCA, take it to court. Let's see what happens.
That's not what my point at all. My point is that the guidelines are there for people to try to act in good faith, and it doesn't seem like she is trying to at all. It's like she doesn't care what the fair use guidelines are.
Okay, fair use guidelines are not on. Like I said, fair use is a legal defense. You can use them to go, okay, I can do this because of these reasons. That's totally legitimate. The problem I have is when people follow DMCA strikes and don't take it the next step. So, like Farron filed 4 DMCA
strikes. So it's not even the fact that the DMCA's claim may be correct. It's just that you don't know if they're going to take it to the next step or not.
A court of law. Look, a DMCA claim will be correct if it's full of fruition, and that's if it's gone to a court and tried under law. That's the full fruition of a DMCA claim. If it's canceled at any other point, it's looked at as a false DMCA.
Well, like I said, dude, you say opinions don't matter, but you make videos talking about why it matters, and it doesn't make much sense.
You haven't watched any of my other videos. You haven't watched any of my other breakdowns. You didn't even know why the reason I did anything was, so it doesn't look like you did any kind of research into it.
Well,
I have.
Typically, whenever you're staunch on a certain position on things like this that are as important to you, you make sure to incorporate that with any video you do where that subject comes up, no matter how repetitive it is. Because yes, shit gets repetitive, but
yes, it does. And just because I don't go through and go, oh, well, she is guilty because she has these other videos does not matter. DMCA does not matter. Copyright and fair use when it goes to court does not matter. The court does not give a shit of, oh, she's a clip channel. Well, look at these other videos of Divinity going through and clipping other channels. She is guilty of this because the court is simply going to go, look at my field of fucks. I give no fucks. Our court case is based on this video that got struck, not these other ones. I keep it narrowed to what the law is, not what people's feelings and opinions are.
And that's fine if you're just talking about the legal point of it. Like I said, my main thing is
I think I stayed out the whole drama BS. I think I stayed out the whole fact of people lobbing nukes at each other, the whole drama thing. I think I've stayed well enough out of it. I don't care about it. That's not what I'm looking at.
Yeah, you've made it pretty clear you don't care about other people's opinions, and you don't care whether people make good faith efforts to file DMCA claims or not, because you assume all of them are mostly malicious.
If Chrissy takes it, you know what? If Chrissy takes it to court, that's a good faith effort. If Chrissy takes a strike down, it's not. It's simple.
So you're saying someone who might file a DMCA claim for their content being used, losing monetary opportunities, that they're doing it out of bad faith because they won't take it to court.
If she doesn't take it to court, it is bad faith.
What if she can't afford to take it to court?
Then you don't file the DMCA strike. I'm sorry.
So you're saying you're literally saying that people's monetary status in life can determine whether they're making a good faith effort or not.
You go through and you file a claim. You're starting a legal process. You file a DMCA. You are starting a legal process. If you cannot see that process through to the end, you have made a false claim. And I stand behind the opinion of Mudahar from somewhere in their game. Go watch his opinion. It's actually really interesting and stuff like that. And I stand behind his opinion on the thing. If you file those DMCA claims and you're not willing to take it to court, you should lose your channel in the story.
You're literally, so like I said, literally you're saying, like, if someone files a DMCA claim because their content is used in an inappropriate way, if they can't afford to take it to court and prove the merits of it, then you should lose your channel and your income because you can't afford it.
Well, if you can't afford it, why are you starting a legal process then? It's pretty simple.
So you don't care about content theft.
If you think that you can go to court and go through and prove it, fine. But you need to be able to do that. Like I said, when you
do you not see the disconnect, dude? You're literally saying poor people, fuck them. If someone's a starting out channel and someone's ripping all their content and using it for themselves.
No. Hang on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you want to abuse a legal process and not see it through to the end. That's the same thing as going, hey, I'm going to go drink, but I'm going to go drive afterwards. Oh, I had a wreck. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to wreck. Well, you drink and drive. You still did it. A DMCA claim is starting a legal process. And so it's not like Tom.
And you just said if you can't afford to do it, you shouldn't file one, whether your shit's getting ripped off or not.
You shouldn't. If you can't go through the process,
so you're saying poor people deserve to be disadvantaged when it comes to content creation.
You know, do a GoFundMe. Hey, this person's selling my content. Okay. Let's go ahead and go do this.
All right. So, yeah.
This gotta be a takeaway. Is fuck poor. Like you said, fuck poor people for content getting stolen. No,
that's literally what you.
Don't
said,
break the fucking law. Don't fucking start a process if you can't go through and file it.
It's not breaking the law.
It is actually. It's DMCA abuse. It is. Yes, you cannot file false DMCA if you're not willing to go to court. It's abuse.
And I literally said, if someone files a DMCA for 100% the right reasons, and they can't afford the lawyers to go through and get the case heard,
you shouldn't be filing DMCA.
And you're saying fuck poor people. It doesn't matter if you're right. It doesn't matter if your content's getting ripped off. It doesn't matter if someone else is monetizing off of your stuff. That's disingenuous.
So glad you wanted to do this live, man.
I am too, because you look like a
any lawyer will tell you, you want to file DMCA, you better be willing to go to court. It even states it.
That's not my argument at all.
Yeah, it is. Oh, fuck poor people, right? Oh, no.
You said that. You said if you can't afford it, you deserve to lose your channel and your income based on your channel.
Buddy, you're putting words in my mouth. I didn't say that.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you did.
You literally said if you can't afford it, you deserve to lose your channel.
No, you're the one that said, well, why if you can't afford it?
I'll be sure to clip that for you.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and clip the part out that you're the one who brought that up first. Well, why if you can't afford to go to court? You shouldn't file DMCA then.
Yeah, and what did you say?
That's my stance.
You said
you should not file DMCA.
Even if someone is blatantly breaking every instance of fair use, you're basically saying if rich people can afford to break fair use and take you to court, that's fine. But if you're too poor to afford the lawyers to argue your case, fuck you.
Look, it states that whenever you go through and you file DMCA, you are starting a legal process. You better be able to go through and fulfill those processes as they state. If not,
again,
you should not file a DMCA. Well, that's what the DMCA is. I'm sorry, it's a legal process. It's not like terms of service or a guideline strike. That's not what that is.
And your answer to if someone can't afford the legal process is fuck them. They shouldn't have done it, and you should lose your channel.
You should go through and make sure that you're able to see it through to the end.
Even if the entirety of the world agrees that these people are ripping off your content, you still shouldn't do anything about it, and you should let your content get ripped. If you can't afford it.
You know what? Here's the end of the day. Sargon had Card couldn't afford that legal case. He crowdfunded it. Guess what? He won.
Hey, congratulations! You have anecdotal evidence.
Congratulations! You're putting words.
That's still no. You literally said if you can't afford it, you should lose your channel, even if it's a good faith effort. So
if you abuse the DMCA system and you're not willing to go to court, you should go lose your channel over it.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it even states within the terms of service.
Have fun trolling, bro. Wow. Well, yeah, it'll be fun to make clips with that. It'll be a good time. Guys, if you are watching, and you're not a trolley douchebag, where is it at? Let's see. Well, shit. Share screen. All right. So this is for Kat Smith. Again, she's one of the Ohio residents that we talked to last night. And if you listen, like you heard the horrible fucking shit that these people are going through, because it's not all good and well inside the evac zone there. So she's currently trying to move. Government's not giving her any help. They're not providing any assistance, and everyone's trying to basically sweep it under the rug. So, if you can donate, that's awesome. You can. I made a shirt for them too. It's a good old Pete Buttigieg, go fuck yourself, Ohio, because this is literally how these people feel, that the government feels about them, because they're not doing shit. But hey, you don't have to buy anything. You don't have to donate. Like the big thing, just share the story. Check out Kat, hit her up. She's on Facebook. It's Kat's Crystals. It's a business up in Ohio. You can just share the story, keep this in the mainstream, because yeah, these people are getting screwed, and I'm honestly kind of scared for what they might have to go through in a few years, given the exposures that they had to the chemicals that they had, because there were heavily carcinogenic chemicals there. So yeah, it was fun. Yeah, especially there at the end. Fuck poor people, right? And it's not to say that the legal system isn't skewed against poor people anyway, but yeah, it's an interesting take there. If you have fun, give it a like. We'll next week, not sure. Well, we'll just have to see what happens. I'm actually going to be talking to someone else from Ohio soon, so we'll get that information together, and I'll try to get another stream with someone else from inside the zone who lives actually closer to the derailment site. And yeah, we'll go from there. Guys, have fun. Flaking Triggers.